Good afternoon, guys. It is April 12th, 2022. Well, I'm going to give you an update on the Sanitaire ST899. Now, I haven't featured this machine on my channel quite as much. It's appeared probably a handful of times. It barely gets used. In fact, I think the last time this was used was 6 months ago. That's how little I use it. However, I was looking into getting a 12-inch Sanitaire, like an SC886 or 888 or something. Something like that. I mean, even the blue line, whatever. Just something used and good and relatively inexpensive. Well, come to find out, as you know, prices have gotten outrageous across the board with just about everything, and shipping is no exception. So I was considering it. I was looking on eBay, looking around, couldn't find any local. And the shipping for one of these used, that, not even including shipping, they want $120 for one of these used, which is okay in my eyes. I mean, I don't think it's overpriced. It's just I can't afford that. So, and then they want $90 for shipping on top of that. So that's easily a good $200 right there. And I don't know. I don't really want to spend a whole lot of money on these Sanitaires, as good as they are. I just don't know how much I would use them. I don't know what I would really like. So, I was watching some videos on some repairs, and there was a guy who had this horribly abused Sanitaire, just trashed. And the base was basically broken in half. So he transferred all the parts onto a new base and everything, and that got me to thinking, this is just too wide for my house. I like it, but it's just a bit cumbersome. So I was thinking, why not get a 12-inch base, 12-inch brush roll, and bottom plate and bumper. Well, I can get brand new parts like that for a total of just shy of $70. And this is in excellent condition. I put in a new motor and a new cord on it 4 or 5 years ago, which that was about 70 bucks right there. So it doesn't make sense for me to look for something that's possibly not in as good of shape as this is, and not to mention it's like 2 or 3 times the cost of just converting this. So that's what I decided to do. I have a 12-inch base, a 12-inch rug plate, and a 12-inch brush roll and bumper coming. I don't know when I'm going to get this done, but rather than this just sitting, and I really don't want to sell this or anything because I don't want to deal with all that. So what I am going to do is I'm going to take the motor, the handle, and the top and move it over to a 12-inch base. And I know this is an SC899. And I'm not going to get rid of this base and stuff. I'm going to keep it and store it. But I've wanted a more narrow one, and I just so happened to be given this one because it had a bad motor. And I love Sanitaires. I absolutely love them. They're very easy to work on. They're very cheap to repair. And they're just simple. And they clean extremely well. So yeah, that's what's coming up. I don't even think I've changed the bag in this since January of 2020. That's how little I use this. This has just been sitting. I mean, I've only used it like probably 4 or 5 times with that bag in there. But I do enjoy this Sanitaire. I love it. It's fun. It's cool. But even if I were to sell this and get money for it, I would still be spending way more money getting another Sanitaire than I would just to buy the parts that I need to convert this into a smaller unit. And I can always convert it back. So that's just the way I've been thinking. I do prefer Kirby's over Sanitaires. If I had to choose between the two, to be honest. It's not necessarily because it's more fancy, it's just because I just feel like Kirby's are a little bit more user-friendly than these Sanitaires. And these Sanitaires are good. I love them both. I will use either one. But if I had a choice between Sanitaire and Kirby, I would choose Kirby. But then again, it goes back to what I talk about. Simple, reliable, easy maintenance and repairs. The vacuums that fit that category the best are the old Sanitaire Eurekas, the Oryx, and the Kirby's. Those 3 alone. are some of the most simple and easy to repair. And you keep going, and they just last for a long time, and parts are everywhere for them. And there's others, too. I just can't think off the top of my head. But you'll see this coming up soon. It may be a couple months down the road that I do it. I do have them on the way because, as you know, we've got just crazy issues with the supply chains, the shipping industry and stuff. And not to mention prices going up. So they figured, well, if I don't do it right away, at least I have them. And they're just there, and I can do it when I'm ready. So, anyway, there's a little update for you guys. Yeah, this is in pretty good shape. I am going to keep the F&G bag set up. I can't seem to find an ST bag setup that would really fit onto these commercial sanitaires. And it's just an extra expense that is unnecessary at this point. Not to mention the F&G bags are extremely cheap. So I just look at it that way. F&G bags are much more common than the ST bags. They're a lot easier to find than the ST bags. And they're cheaper than the ST bags. So I'm going to stick with the F&G system for now. But I will essentially have a brand new machine once I put the new base on, because I put in a new cord, a new motor, a new light bulb, and yeah. And considering what vacuums at Walmart cost now, and what crap they're putting out now, and I'm sorry. But a vacuum like this makes a Walmart vacuum look like child's play. It really does. There's absolutely no comparison. None. So, and not to mention that these have parts available for them all over the place for cheap. Cheap. So, anyway, there's an update for you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned for more. Bye-bye.